Hey there, and welcome to the Grumpy Stew podcast. My name is Dylan, and I am the Grumpy Stew, and you're listening to the podcast for flight attendants. This is episode 45. Thanks for checking out this little comedy podcast. I know it's not the only flight attendant podcast out there, but I can guarantee you one thing, it's the grumpiest. Have a good show for you today, for once, but don't get used to it. Don't want to artificially elevate your expectations for future episodes because the future ones are going to suck. But I can promise you one thing, all the usual crass humor, rants, raves, and aviation news commentary coming up ahead. By the way, if you like what you hear, be sure to like, subscribe, and follow on all the socials. The Grumpy Stew is on all the Twitters. I'm on all of them. And for everything Grumpy Stew, you can find that at thegrumpystew.com. Check it out. Have a good one for you, but before we get too carried away, have a couple of messages from our sponsors. Tired of your kids behaving like apes on a plane? Do you wish they'd just relax and take a nap? Well, now they will. With Vodka for Kids. Vodka for Kids looks just like water, and it's completely odorless, so your kid won't smell like a lush. Plus, Vodka for Kids comes in a container that looks just like a juice box. Vodka for Kids, now available in suppository form. You may have heard about the merger of Frontier and Spirit Airlines. Oh great, another airline merger, right? This time, it'll be different. Finally, an airline merger that makes sense. Because the combined airline will be Walmart Airlines. Soon, you can fly where you shop. At Walmart Airlines, all tickets will be 30% off because our planes will be made in China. And each ticket sold provides an EBT debit card for a flight attendant. We're not going to be like those elitist airlines obsessed with safety and government regulations. We'll quite literally fly our planes on a wing and a prayer because we don't believe in science. Walmart Airlines, where good deals and personal convenience aren't just on layaway. All right, and welcome back to the Grumpy Stew podcast. Sorry. I'm getting over a little bout of COVID. Of course, I tested positive. I have COVID. That's not the point. But still kind of getting over it. The worst of it was a couple days ago. So I'm past the worst of it. I'm on the mend. But, I'm still breaking up that crap and, using an expectorant to break it up so I can cough it up and sneeze it out and all that other shit. Boy, it's been fun. I think I contracted it probably, what's today? The 4th? I started feeling crappy on the 30th. I was finishing up a Paris trip, coming back to New York, and then, I had to wait a couple hours to fly home. During the flight home, I kind of started feeling the old tickle in the throat, and it's like, I'm getting sick. And then by the 31st, I woke up feeling like I was sick. And so I took a little rapid test at home, and sure enough, that thing was screaming positive. It's like neon positive before the little shit even hit the litmus paper. It was like on fire. So obviously I was positive. I think I contracted it like the week before, like the 24th or 25th. I had 3 days off, and then I went to Paris on the 27th. So I think that timeline fits. I was home for 3 days, but I'm boring. I don't do anything on my days off. I don't really do much. I think I went to the gun range, but even still, it wasn't crowded or anything. So I don't know. I don't know what the hell I did. I ran every day that I was home. I don't know. I don't know how I got it. I think I got it on my Paris trip. But or the Paris trip before that. It just takes a few days to incubate, right? But anyway, I'm on the mend, feeling better, feel like a human again. I can take a full breath of air now. I can breathe through my nose. I don't sound like a buzzsaw, but I am a little phlegmy. I'll try to edit all this crap out. All right, so I'm going to put a little graphic up on the screen. If you're watching this on the YouTube or at thegrumpystew.com, I'm going to put a little graphic up on the screen. If you're listening, just take a little break and then go to thegrumpystew.com. So on the grumpystew.com, if you scroll down a little bit, I mean, first you'll see like the option to buy an MP3. So if you want to buy an MP3, that's cool. Of course, you can listen to it for free on Spotify and on the Libsyn host page. Below that it says or be a mooch, and so that's like a little carousel of YouTube videos where you can enjoy Grumpy Stew YouTube content, which includes the podcast and all the little stupid shit I put together. But below that it says message from the Church of Jetway Jesus, and there's a big red button that says tips. If you push that button, it'll take you to my PayPal. I'm not saying you have to. I'm not begging. I'm not gonna pressure you in any way. But if you feel up to it, if you feel comfortable for it, if you want to help me offset some of the costs it takes to put this stuff together, like the music costs money, the podcast hosting costs money, the website costs money. In fact, the website costs a lot of money. If you want to help me defray some of these costs, if you want to buy me a cup of coffee, help me, sustain my coffee addiction, or if you just want to help me with van tips or something, because I still fly, that would be cool. A couple bucks, $2, $3. I'm not asking for $1,000. And, if you don't have it, that's fine. I don't care. I mean, it's not a big deal. But if you think you can maybe possibly help me out a little tiny bit here and throw a little cheddar towards old Grumpy Stew, be greatly appreciated. And I will have a cup of coffee in your honor, and it'll help me keep this thing going. Otherwise, I just can't afford to do it all the time. But with a little help, I can make this a little more regular, because, like I said, it does cost money to do it. Anyway, yeah, so still getting over the COVID. The funny thing with one of the side effects in my recovery from COVID is I have a little vaginal dryness. I mean, I don't understand that one. That's a new one to me. Oh, man. So I got to thinking about something the other day, and a good friend of mine that I served with in the military, we both obviously gotten out of the military. I think he got out before I did, but in the civilian world, he's a big muckety-muck for a big company that builds toll roads, mostly in the United States. And so, he's a big muckety-muck over there, and he makes toll roads. And he does travel quite a bit for business, and this happened several years ago, but several years ago, he was on a business trip, boarding the plane, and the guy that was sitting next to him in first class had Tourette Syndrome. He had all the tics, and he would just randomly swear at people and say really inappropriate shit. He kept calling the flight attendant a bitch, and he's like, "I'm sorry, I have Tourette, bitch! I can't help it, you're a cunt! Sorry, I just, I have Tourette's, I can't help it, bitch!" Oh. And he gets one look at my friend Mike. Cocksucker! Just nailed it. The guy has amazing intuition. I don't know how he knew. Just looking at him like that. Cocksucker! Hey. How you doing? Peter Puffer! Oh, God. But it got me to thinking. Because it's funny. It got me to thinking, what if there was something like, positive Tourette's? Is that possible? Just sitting there going, "Oh, those pants are very slimming. I like your nails. You have wonderful eyes." I think that would be hilarious. Positive Tourette's. Let's make it a thing. Did you lose some weight? Yeah, so as you guys know, if you've been listening for a while, I have some pet peeves. Well, is it fair to call them pet peeves? Maybe they're really more like hatreds. I suppose some of them are a little irrational, but anyway, so I have a few pet peeves, mostly with the passengers. To be fair, most of my pet peeves are rightfully placed squarely on passengers because they are fucking stupid. But we need to talk, because some of my pet peeves involve fellow stews. Here's something I've noticed with flight attendants. And I don't mean to generalize, because obviously it's not all flight attendants. It seems to be a bunch. Like the propensity to believe in obviously stupid conspiracy theories is like a flight attendant thing, I've noticed. And along with that, astrology. What the fuck is it with you flight attendants and astrology. Like, I'll meet one of you for the first time, I'll fly for the first time, you'll sit down in the jump seat next to me and go, so, what's your sign? What do you think it is? What's your sign? Like it fucking matters? Yeah, I hate to break it to you, and I'm sure you've been told this before, but the coincidental alignment of stars and planets around your birthday had absolutely no effect on your personality. You are who you are for a lot of reasons, but that's not one of them. The moon, the phases of the moon do not affect your personality or your mood or anybody else's mood. It's just nonsense. Total fucking nonsense. I mean, they had to update the fucking calendar, what, 2 years ago or something? Because they figured something. Oh, it turns out we were wrong for 5,000 years. Here's a new calendar. It was just... So why is it only like the alignment of stars and planets that we can see affect our personality, but like all the billions and billions and billions of stars and planets out there that we can't see, that has no apparent effect? I'm calling bullshit. Calling bullshit. It's total fucking bullshit. I don't get it. Like, we'll sit down on the jump seat. So, what's your sign? What's your sign? I'm like, take a guess. Let's see if you can figure it out. Oh, let's see. You must be a Libra. Not even fucking close. I'm not, no. I'm not a Sagittarius. None of that. No. Take a guess. Let's see if you can guess. Leave a comment. Let's see if you can fucking guess. You don't even know when you don't even know. I'm not going to tell you my birthday either. You're just going to have to fucking guess based on my personality because astrology is real, okay? Let's see if you can figure it out. Let's see how good you are. All right. It's just so goofy. What's your sign? Oh, he is such a Sagittarius. I can tell. His Libra is rising, or whatever the fuck it is. It's such utter nonsense. Utter nonsense. But it shouldn't be surprising to me that these people also believe that the company's out to get them, and there's chemtrails, and there's all this other stupid bullshit, and these conspiracies, and I don't fucking get it. And they're perfectly intelligent people. That's what's really weird. That's what's puzzling. They're otherwise intelligent, functioning people, but they believe these stars and these. But again, like that. Yeah, I mean, I'm off of that. I'm off of that. All right, moving on. Moving on from the astrology nonsense. That's just how stupid it is. And it's no secret that I don't like people. I mean, I like people, but like in small groups, like, one-on-one, maybe 2 or 3 people for a short amount of time, maybe 5, 10, 15 minutes. But that's about it. Then I gotta go. I gotta go recharge my batteries. And that's why I don't do big like group crew dinners on layovers. I don't like the big crew, like all 11 flight attendants getting together and the pilots and the early crew is here too. Let's get with them. There's like 20 fucking people. I don't have time for that. I can't handle it. One, I can't remember their names, first of all. So and they're across like fucking I can't hear what they're saying, so I just kind of smile and nod. I don't know what you're saying. There's so many goddamn people talking. And it's just very stressful. I don't like it. But the other thing I don't like about just dealing with all these people is, and maybe you share the same opinion I have, people are just fucking boring. People are fucking boring talking about their kids. I don't want to hear about your fucking kids. No one does. That's why they're your kids. So you can worry about them and care about them, and we don't have to. And your grandkids, because I fly with a lot of senior people, the fucking grandkids, and here come the pictures. The pictures of the grandkids that I didn't ask for and don't want. I don't want to see these fucking kids. First of all, they aren't particularly good-looking kids. There's always something wrong with one of them, like one eye's bigger than the other. One kid had a clubbed foot. Keep Quasimodo to yourself. I don't need to see the pictures of your little deformed rugrat. I don't care. And the stories Well, you know, we went on vacation a couple years ago. Where did we go? Oh, we went to the Ozarks in Arkansas. That was about 5 years ago, I guess, maybe. Well, hang on. Maybe it was 6 years ago because my second son, he was only 7 and we had him, wait, hang on. 9 years ago. Hey, hang on, he's only 7. Anyway, we went to the Ozarks and it was so pretty. I don't give a flying fuck about your vacation to the Ozarks. I don't care. No one does. Start a Facebook group, Ozark Vacations, and you can talk to the Ozark vacation people. They care. I don't. Man, people are fucking boring. And some of the pet peeves, like, now that the masks are gone, and now the passengers feel like they can comment on our facial arrangement. You know, you really should smile more. You know what? You should blow me. How about that? Suck on this. Then maybe I'll have a reason to smile. Have you thought about that? You know, if you do a good job. You know, that's why they call it a blow job, right? It's to give it some work ethic. Yeah. You should smile more. You look tired. Because I got up at 4 in the fucking morning to fly your fat ass to Minneapolis. That's why I'm tired. Duh. Again, blow me. Or the people that ring the call bell just to hand you trash. You couldn't wait for me to walk through the fucking cabin again? You're in an aisle seat, you couldn't get up and walk back here and hand it over? I would have thrown... No, ring the call bell. Come pick up my trash, servant. Come get my trash. God, these people are fucking annoying. All right, well, in airline news, it seems the Delta is going to pay their flight attendants for boarding, which is an industry first. It's pretty exciting. I'm sure they're very excited over there to be compensated for more of their duty day. I don't know the particulars. I think they get an hourly rate for boarding. How long are their boarding times? Anybody know? So I guess however many minutes, and then you divide it by their hourly rate, I guess. And what else is in the news? A 28-year-old woman who punched a flight attendant in May on a San Diego-bound plane, causing the flight attendant to lose 2 teeth, pleaded guilty to a felony charge in federal court. So she is being prosecuted accordingly for assaulting that Southwest flight attendant back in May. And she said, didn't she suffer a concussion as well as losing teeth? So this chick, her name is Viviana Quione. You know what? Let's leave her name out of it. I can't pronounce it. So anyway, she's from Sacramento. She pleaded guilty in U.S. District Court to interfering with the duties of a flight attendant. And she's expected to be sentenced in San Diego on March 11th. Well, how old is this? Okay. I guess it's kind of fucking old. Anyway, so that's some old airline news. Somewhat old, but kind of current airline news, because this deal's really not done yet, is the Spirit merger. There's a big kerfuffle. Frontier, just out of nowhere, decided they want to try to acquire Spirit and get what was the percentage of the shares they wanted to buy? It was a controlling share. It was 51% or whatever it was. And then keep the Spirit brand and all that crap. And so Spirit, quote unquote, wouldn't go away. But, I'm sure there was some trepidation over there at Spirit there for a while, wondering if they're going to still have a job in a year or two when this merger goes through, if it goes through, what their airline is going to look like, and all that good stuff. I would be nervous too. And then, just out of nowhere, JetBlue decided they're going to throw their hat in the ring and said, well, you know what? Frontier can go fuck themselves. I'm going to go for it. So JetBlue decided to try to get involved in this merger and, I guess, outbid Frontier. I don't know if that's going to work out for them. But again, what would that airline look like? Would it be JetBlue? Would it be Spirit? Would it be both? And how many ultra low-cost carriers do we really need? There's several. There's Spirit, Frontier, Allegiant. What's that little fucking piece of shit one in Momoville out there in Utah. They pay these college students like less than minimum wage. With that one, whatever, it's brand new, whatever the fuck they are. Then there's Silver here in Orlando. There's a little rinky-dink turboprop. Anyway, I don't know what that's going to look like. I think that's very interesting. And so I guess we'll see. Hopefully you guys are okay. It's not going to fuck anybody, but I have a feeling someone's going to get fucked, and it's not going to be the executives. But call me crazy for making that prediction. All right, so also something I brought up a couple of months ago. I put up a poll, and I put it on the Instagram and on the Twitter. And the question was, should flight attendants have a mandatory retirement age? And so I tallied up all the responses. And so the two polls put together, there's a total of 53 responses. 41 said yes, so that's 71% said yes. Flight attendants should have a mandatory retirement age, which will lead to an interesting conversation at some point about what would that look like for flight attendants? What would that retirement age be? I mean, 65 would be like the pilots, I guess, but it's not unusual for flight attendants to fly till 70, 75, 80, unfortunately. One of the reasons pilots earn such a high hourly rate is because they're expected to quit the workforce at 65, whether they want to or not. At 65, they can't fly anymore. So I would think that increased compensation would be part of that model. But you know how reluctant airlines are to adequately pay us for our time. So I don't think a retirement age is going to come around anytime soon, even though we're so easily replaced. I quit. There's 5,000 people lined up to take my job. I don't know why. I think once they get into it, they realize, I might have made a mistake. This is not so fun after all. What do you mean I have to get up at 3:45 in the morning? What do you mean I have to work on weekends and my birthday? Well, I didn't sign up for that. Yeah, you kind of did. But, that's neither here nor there. Here's something I've been thinking about, in case you're curious. How it's like, you get called by accident and someone, I butt dialed you. That's a butt dial. Really? And I know the premise is that the phone was like in their back pocket, but what if it's a guy? And the phone is in the front pocket? Is it a penis dial? Well, he was thinking about you, I guess, and kind of inched on over there to the old left and pulled up her name and hit send. Huh. Wow, smart little guy. All right. Penis dial. Let's put that in the lexicon. Well, thanks again for checking out the Grumpy Stew podcast. Hope you've enjoyed this episode of the show. If you did, please click the like button and consider subscribing to the Grumpy Stew YouTube channel. I would appreciate it. Visit thegrumpystew.com for everything Grumpy Stew, including tips. If you want to send me a little tip, that'd be great. Plus all the links to the socials, so the Instagram, the Twitter, the Facebook, the TikTok. It's all there on thegrumpystew.com. And with that, stay safe, stay well, stay grumpy. Say your prayers to Jetway Jesus. He's been keeping track of that, and I'm just letting you know. And I will talk to you guys later. Take it easy.